Hello everyone, Tanak here. Welcome to episode 126 of Building My Industrial Empire in EVE Online, and there's some action this week. So let's start with the progress report. As you can see, my net worth plus that of the corporation is at 294 billion ISK, and you can see that it's a drop of about 4 billion compared to last week. The reason is strictly asset value, okay? Because my own money dropped by 3 billion or to 2.5 billion this week, and I lost a single ship worth 200. So, and that was SRP. So that shouldn't be happening. And I did rat a little bit, and we'll see when we get to the industrial side. There was a clear drop in asset price this week, like everywhere, be it ship, mineral, moon mineral, stuff like that. You'll see there's a trend going downward, but it has intensified this week, probably with the siege green patch. This one could probably deserve its own episode just to talk about the impact on the industrial side. Not even because I've talked a lot about the structure, because that's my major concern as a CEO of a sub-holding corp, but the industrial part also is really impactful in there. But the rest, again, still holding, so no biggie. The wallet is actually bigger than it was last week, so that's my big indicator. Like, do stuff in the hangar I don't care that much about. So anyway, that's pretty much it. Now let's go with the HR. Where is the HR here? We are now at 462 members, so that's a -1 compared to last week. So maybe, so I don't think we got a big drop, or so it might have been just an alt leaving or something. But we've been pretty stable. No, again, it's in and out. We're in a state where we're not growing super fast, but we're keeping up with the pace of the state of the game in general. There is a kind of decline in player base all over the place, and it does show with the online member, and not just us, but the people we're fighting. If you look at every corp, there's especially mid-size corp, you see it, but even the larger one, you will see that there is a drop in online member. But WOMP isn't doing bad so far. Like you say, Friday night, and we still got and it's not even our strong time zone, and we got 24 people online. So we do have people on comm all the time, and I'm not that worried about the state of WOMP as much as I'm a little more worried about the state of EVE. But again, I think even though there's some stuff that I dislike right now, there does seem to be something interesting happening in the area. So there's still fun to be had in the games. That's all I'll say. So no real point in dwelling on that. Now, a big fight. Okay. Last week, we had one system from Sigma that had been entosis. There was a fight, which was a fight late night USTZ, which actually ended up being a 4 a.m. fight for our Eurobro. We had some people that alarm clock for it. It was a pretty cool fight. Here you get the result, the general result. So Severin showed up, we showed up to fight. You had 17 people from WOMP in fleet. So again, pretty even. We might have lost a little bit on the East War, what we managed to save the system, which was the what we wanted to do. So that was pretty good. Then during the week, Siege Green got into effect. So now structure are super easy to ref. So most of medium structure are now made out of paper mache, and the Athenor are the weakest link in that. Arcadios with his catch-up session did come with a fleet to start refing Athenor here. So they did manage to ref QS and GJO. We formed up, and they came initially with a Kiki fleet. We formed up. We didn't have the main FC from the coalition, so it was a coalition fleet with a WOMP FC, who was his first time FCing Serbs. And he did actually pretty well. We managed to, we were outnumbered, but we did manage to chase. But okay, we got slowed Serbs into Kiki, so we kind of had a little advantage here. But we managed to fly even, and that's the place where I lost my ship, which was completely my own fault. I was a fat kid, so sorry, Sicario, if I added you like 300 mil on that kill board by my own stupidity. We would have won the score even more. So anyway, it was still a pretty cool fight. Then Severance reshipped into Serb, and they started refing other station. We didn't have enough number to challenge them on grid at that point. So they did manage to shoot another station here, which was the A8 one. So right now we got 3 stations here that are currently refed. The timer are longer though now, so even though there's only 1 timer, it does take a few days. So we're gonna have 3 timer this weekend. 4 actually. The next one is on Monday. So we'll form up, we'll see if they show up. Again, it's not the first time we're defending our structure. We know the drill by now, and they're at an or, so whatever. The thing is, right now with the single timer, what you have to do is you have to evac your asset every time a structure gets ref, because they can get killed on the second timer, and you never know, they can have like some super heavy bat phone or something that we didn't anticipate. If we go our normal number wrecking crew against fire, which include tire plus fire, I'm pretty sure we can protect those stations. Now if they go with an heavy bat phone with horde or something, well, I don't know, we'll see what happens. There's not much to say anyway. I guess at this point all my medium structure, we eventually we have a plan in place to do a turnaround and flip them over to larger structure. Again, it's the limiting factor at this point is wallet, as WOMP is a young corp. I don't have 10 large structure sitting in my hangar right now, but we will get to that point eventually. So that's our goal. Actually, that our midterm goal right now is to flip a bunch of our station and consolidate maybe production in less amount of station, but bigger station. Like we were doing reaction in 3 different systems, but with a Tatara you can do it in 1. So there's a whole plan that we have to lay out for that, and we're still working on that part. So that was the big part. And the next day Sika came in with a fleet of Serbs. We had kind of similar number, but they did want to pull our Typhoon fleet on an ESS grid, and it sounded fishy, so we decided not to take the bait, and they refed 1 station before we managed to form. And that's a problem with Siege Green, is even if you're there, by the time you get the ping, if they hit a system where you don't have anybody, by the time you get the ping, the shield is already halfway gone, and then you got to, and they usually come, our enemy usually come as an entire coalition, so they do have the DPS to burn down those structure fast, because there's no more damage cap. So by the time we form, we can avoid the chain reffing of bunch of station, but it's really hard to stop the first one, and we can probably do the same to them. Just our philosophy is we will ref if we intend to follow up. So anyway, that's kind of what happened. So that was 2 days ago. And today, now the real party began, because earlier this week, Goon Swarm had toasted T2, which is the horde staging system in the area. So they had managed to toast the system. And today, just before the entosis timer, Absolute Will, which own this entire area here, flip side. So they self-destructed their high hub, and they gave them to Goon Swarm, and they gave them a staging fort, and they gave them structure. Goon Swarm managed to finish that timer here and captured the horde staging system. Horde must have knew something about it, because we did see them move their cap back to Imencia. So last time we saw their cap fleet, a huge cap fleet is around BV here. So they did pull back from the front. Now, what that was like a real epic flip, I would say, because we're talking about station plus 2 full constellation, including 4 jump bridge. So that must have been like a really big blow to Fi.Re/Tire. Not necessarily because of the amount of player that APSO put in fleet for them, but the area, the strategic importance, and how. So right now it means that Lolly flipped their structure to Dracaris, which is Imperium, and then APSO flipped their SOV end structure to Goon Swarm. First, will there be another one? I don't know. Possibly not. I can't say for sure, and even if I knew, I wouldn't tell you, because I keep that secret. It's not that well. I mean, I don't have personal 8-towered tire fire, but they are our enemies right now, so won't say what I know. Anyway, so here in and what did they get out of it? Because you see, like right now they're toasting them. Absolute Will got, from what my spy are telling me, I understand that the deal was the entire region of Omist against those system here. So, but you can see here already Sika's anchoring hub here. So they do plan, I think, on fighting. So this is gonna be like Omist is gonna be like pretty fun, interesting. And here I don't know. I know that the Goon toasted this one from XIX. Right now, you got some Sika fleet toasting the Imperium High Hub. So it's pretty much free for all in the area. We did have report of jump bridges that were low powered. So we went to check there. Actually managed to get a 2-hor and a kill, but Sika was already shooting that. From what I understand, is Absolute Will blew up their own high up, but they didn't unanchor the jump bridge, so they left the jump bridge in space, which all turned into low power, and they were shot by Tire. So that's pretty much the chaos we're in right now. This weekend, I'm guessing that Goons will probably secure. I haven't seen what else has been attacked here. Did they get medium structure? Did they put them? Did they create other timer? I know that we we did ref a station in 3L3 while one fight earlier this week after we got our 3 station hit by Severance, we did ref a station in 3L3. So there's going to be a final timer Sunday, I think. There, we'll see. We'll see what happens. Will there be a push here? How this fight's gonna evolve? I don't know. The main protagonist seem to be Fire Tired versus Imperium. But again, the problem with the way Tire or Fire, mostly Tire, I think they're just like they're kind of stuck with some bad decision from Fire. But anyway, the way Arcadius has been going at it is they have been hitting people all over the place, so he created a lot of enemy. So eventually that come and bite you. So we'll see how it goes. I mean, if I see right now, my first reflex, if I'm on a grid and I see Imperium shooting Tire Fire, I'm gonna shoot Tire and Fire because Imperium doesn't come and ref my structure. Tire does. So that's kind of the way I see it now. But it doesn't mean that we're allied with Imperium at all, but it's just the way it is. So anyway, we'll see. We might go up and pick up and try to whore and kill on these fight or not, or I don't have any plan right now. I don't know how it's the whole political landscape is just too shifty to be able to say, okay, this is our political objective. So we'll see what happens, but we're monitoring the situation, and that's pretty much it for it. So anyway, that I could ramble on and on, but there's also stuff that I can't that are upset. So I'll just leave it at that for now. Anyway, rest of the stuff I wanted to talk about, well, geopolitical, that's pretty much it. Now what I wanted to talk to you about assets that are dropping in value. Just to give you an example here, a Scimitar a month ago, 131 mil. Scimitar right now, 114. There's a downward trend. You can see it here, and it's not just Scimitar. Like, look at any T2 ship, they're going down. T2 Prometheum, that come from Loperite. So we do have a Loperite moon. If you look, there is you don't see it as much on the Wondern, but there's like the last few days there was a downward trend, and overall it's kind of a downward trend also. And you'll see that with all moon mineral T2 ship, there does seem to be a drop in price over time. So when you're seeing our asset go down week after week, well, it's mostly that is drop in price week after week. I always was a firm believer in cash is king. Cash doesn't need to be evac. Cash is easy to move around. You need asset too, though. So you, as a corp, you'll have asset, you'll have cash, we do carry a significant amount of cash on hand, just in case we need it for something. But we do have assets, so it does show. I would need to go do an entire video just on the new cap price, but we are in a point where we're thinking of starting capital production again. We had stopped for a while. We don't run that much production managed as a corp. And some people always ask, like, do you have a buyback program? How do you run? Can I sell you my build slot? Initially, I wanted to do that, and we were doing that when we were in Avenger and Becky at the beginning of the corporation, because we needed to scratch every bit of profit to manage. But it's just so much work to manage as at a corporate level without any, like, the payback isn't large enough to justify doing that. So the way we do it is when we need something, like we need a bunch of ship, or we know how much they cost to build. So what we'll usually do is we'll agree with some member and we'll place an order to one of our member who will manage the entire production. So if I need ship, I'm going to say, okay, I need 20 Serbs or something, and somebody in corp will produce the Serb, and we agree on a price beforehand so that he can make a profit and we don't overpay and they're built locally. So the kind of stuff that we do. Mineral, I don't have a corp buyback program, but member buy mineral all the time because they're producing. And I'm a firm believer in the free market, so I don't want a plan economy. I'm letting people manage their own stuff, and it worked very well for us. So I keep tax low, free market, and that works pretty well for us. And we have a well-supplied market hub where we never miss anything. So the guys are handling that. We do have a market seeder group where they coordinate between each other to make sure that the market is well supplied, and that's about as much planned economy as we're willing to do. So anyway, that's pretty much it for the industrial part. I could do another video on that this week. Maybe I'll see. I haven't been that involved in industry personally. I do play more the CEO political game at this point, and recruitment, and I make my money when I do ratting more than I make doing industry right nowadays. So we'll see. But I'm not promising anything. Aside from that, my own skill, I'm just polishing up different skills. So 75 million skill point. The current event was pretty good for the skill point, so still progressing on that part. So anyway, what can I say? Eve right now is getting interesting on the geopolitical scale. There's a lot of cool stuff that are coming up. WOMP is still doing great. We're still recruiting. We're still planning to grow. Again, if you go on Reddit, you'll see lots of people being depressed about the state of the game, but that you'll always have people complaining about the state of any MMORPG. If you have fun, play the game. If you don't play and just go play something else. If you do, if you enjoy the game, don't worry too much about the state of it. Just play and have fun, and that's what's count. So that's it. Hope you guys enjoyed. Well, any question, just ask them. Like, subscribe, and all those little fun things. And see you next week. Bye bye.